Why hello there, and welcome back to Some Weirdo on the Internet Reviews Obscure Role-Playing Games in Space. Kosmosaurs is a game about dinosaurs in space, and either is or soon will be funding through Kickstarter as of the release of this video. But I, as a serious and professional tabletop games reviewer, was able to get an advanced copy so that I can tell you all about it. As stated previously, this game is about dinosaurs in space. Specifically, ones who travel around the galaxy fighting various evil forces and presumably spouting out dinosaur and/or space-themed catchphrases. And that's really all there is to it. It is simple but fun, so +1 for concept. It is basically a Saturday morning cartoon about dinosaurs in space. And when you take an already cool thing and put it in space, the result is always awesome. Okay, usually awesome. So let's get into this and make us a radical space dinosaur. The first step in creating your own Kosmosaur is choosing what kind of dinosaur they are. There is a table with 36 dino options, which I will not be using because I'd rather just choose my favorite dinosaur, the Parasaurolophus. Choice of dinosaur provides an abstract bonus to things they would be good at, and penalty to things that they would be bad at. So even if your favorite dinosaur isn't on the list, there's nothing mechanically that would prevent you from being able to play as, say, a Gigantoraptor. What's your favorite dinosaur? Let me know in the comments. Then we need to choose a role, and this time I will roll on the roll table, and get Medic. There is also a table for cool space dinosaur names like Bolts, Rex, and Edge, but I am once again going to ignore the table and name this character Collider, which is a cool space dinosaur name, and a stupid pun. Characters have 2 attributes, Cosmo for mental and social aptitude, and Soar for physical aptitude. And we get 5 points to distribute between them. Then we choose 2 things the character is good at, and 1 thing they are bad at. Then we get a number of pieces of gear equal to our SAR score, and a number of knowledges equal to our Cosmo score. Then all the minutiae, and this character is done. And just like with a character species, all of the things here give a bonus or penalty when they would help or hinder the character. So let's say our group of Kosmosaurs are exploring a space cave looking for the hideout of an undead pirate gang. And let's say that Collider wants to listen for sounds of movement in the tunnels ahead. We would roll a number of d6 equal to our Cosmo score with a bonus die for their keen Parasaurolophus hearing. Then we look at the highest result, which is 5, and that is a partial success. So maybe they hear something ahead, but can't determine exactly from which direction it's coming. Combat works much the same, with the highest result determining damage dealt or received and possible penalties on future actions. Or rather, that's how conflict works, because the exact same rules for a laser fight can easily be applied to a deadly spaceship race, an intense philosophical debate, or a dance battle. So, 4 out of 6 for character creation. As I've said before, I really like these systems where you just define things about your character and then have a simple rule for determining when those things are beneficial or detrimental. So instead of having specific rules for a handful of dinosaurs, you get 1 set of rules that applies to all dinosaurs. Although it is worth noting that they do not actually provide any information on the types of dinosaurs. Of course, we all have the internet these days. You are literally watching this video on the internet right now. And normally I'm not thrilled about games requiring homework, but researching a specific dinosaur and then being able to take that knowledge and apply it to a zany space fantasy adventure game sounds kinda fun. Of course, I do just kinda enjoy research in general, so maybe that's a me thing. And 3 out of 6 for mechanics. They are incredibly simple, It is just that one mechanic applied to all situations with a few different ways to interpret the results. It is also a player roles only system, which is another thing I like because failing a roll feels just a little bit better than having a successful roll made against you. However, I will say there is one issue with this kind of system, and that is players and the game master very much need to be on the same page about things like what is a dinosaur and what can they do. Like, regardless of what a player believes, it is ultimately the game master who decides if a Parasaurolophus is adept at swimming or breathing fire. So there needs to be a pretty good level of understanding between everyone about how a character's species, role, equipment, etc. are actually going to affect things to make sure everyone has similar expectations for the game. So that was the game, but what about the book? The writing is fine overall, but does offer some very interesting insights, like thinking of environments like action figure playsets, designing them with interactive elements in mind for characters to interact with instead of just being the place where things happen, which is a really cool way to look at and think of your environmental design as a game master. The layout looks fantastic. It is bold and colorful with a lot of variety, but still adheres to one overall design aesthetic, and the art looks like a vague memory of a cartoon that you're not sure actually existed. So no adjustment for writing, and 6 out of 6 for presentation. It looks absolutely amazing. And honestly, looking really cool was the thing that got me interested in this in the first place. And that was Kosmosaurs, a game about dinosaurs in space. And if that's something you're interested in, which I assume you must be or else you wouldn't have watched this video, it is a very good choice. But it is also something that very much prioritizes fun space adventure over deep, complex mechanics, so really only a game for people who like fun. So overall, cool game, lovely book, and it's about dinosaurs in space, which, as I've said numerous times, is very cool. There is a link in the description where you can check out Kosmosaurs, and thank you for watching, with extra special thanks to my Fight and Flail Snails, Samuel Gorski, Randy Mulholland, and SC Woolridge. If you'd like to be cool like them, check out my Patreon where you can get early access to videos and fun stuff that I make for the Patreon. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool too. You can still hit all of the lovely buttons, like, subscribe, these other videos, which unfortunately are not about dinosaurs in space, but I'm sure are still lovely videos that you will enjoy. And I will see you next time.